Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, May 16th. I'm Michael Taylor and we've got a great show for you today. And so let's get right to it. Golden Rain Foundation, we're going to get an update with Juanita Silkman. She's going to be here for us, Skillman rather. She's going to be here for us, getting an update. And then later in the program, Thrive in the community. We are going to find out what they are doing to uplift our health and the community in general. So stay tuned for that. Hey, we got a great experience for you. Who likes to shop? Keep those hands up, raise them up high. Yes, we're going to count. We got a great shopping destination for May for you. We're going to be taking you folks out to the Irvine Spectrum. You can shop the Target, Nordstrom's, Apple, and all the stores out there. It's going to be a great day. Call transportation to make that reservation. And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can make your reservations. Bus is going to depart from the transportation hub at 10 a.m. on May 28th, and it is going to be returning at 1:30. So you can shop till you drop, have some fun, have some lunch, get out there. It is $10 per rider. They do credit card and debit card only, no cash. Let's take a look at our weather while we're at it. It's going to be a great, wonderful week. We got 70s, 72, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, partly cloudy, mostly sunny kind of thing. But then on Monday, we get a little more clouds. It starts to thicken up, but for the most part, good spring pattern of our May gray and June gloom is we're in the middle of it. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Our sunrise this morning was at 5:49. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:46. Thank you, Ben, for sending us that picture. If you'd like to send us a picture, you can do so as well. Just email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we will put it on our sunrise sunset segment. All right, let's take a look at some meetings, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to Juanita Skillman from Golden Rain Foundation. Stay with us. One of the hardest working folks in show business. I'm talking about Juanita Skillman. She's not only on Trading Post, but also the GRF Foundation. She's vibrant in the community. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Michael. It's good to be here.
We're going to be talking about Golden Rain Foundation on this way through, and you work as first vice president there. You got some updates for us.
We are busy right now, for sure.
We're going to talk about Clubhouse One updates. We got Community Fitness Center. We got the schedule for the ID replacements. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to start on that one?
Okay, let's start right out with the update on Clubhouse One. We are on time and on budget.
I like the sound of that.
Everything is going just like we had, knock on wood, whatever. And we still expect to have that project finished by the end of August, and then we're going to completely redo the parking lots. Repaving and repainting, slide, or what the top coat is.
The slurry on the top there.
And lines and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that usually has to happen when you have all those construction workers in there and the tractors and all the equipment they bring in.
So we're going to take that opportunity and then we'll open up the first part of September. Mm-hmm. Our anniversary is, I believe, September 9th for our 60th anniversary, something like that. Mm-hmm. So we'll get it all worked out together. But it's all coming out well.
Okay, and how about the television schedule for Community Center Fitness Center?
Well, that's been, we did not have television in Clubhouse One Fitness Center. Mm-hmm. We do have television, 6 TVs downstairs in the community center. And so there's been not a fight, but
Right.
a disagreement.
Disagreement
sometimes.
over what channel. It's like fighting with your brother or sister over what channel we're going to watch after
Absolutely.
school.
I want to watch this. No, I want to watch this. We turn it on to this, and then they're gone. Somebody else comes in and says, what are we there? So we're setting up a regular schedule. Now, it says 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., but at our meeting on Tuesday, we decided to close at 8 p.m. instead
okay.
of 9 p.m., so that's not changed.
We
But
will
we'll make
update
that.
our notes.
Between 8 and 9, we just had nobody there, so they said, we'll close at 8. So these are the 6 channels that will be on the various TVs down there, and they'll
Those are
be
some
there
great ones.
all day, so we're not going to change from hour to hour or whatever. And if this doesn't work, we just can turn them all off.
There you go. You're not going to please everybody, right?
Right.
That's what happens. Sometimes mom has to come in the room and take away the remote from everybody,
There
turn
you
the
go.
TV off, and go outside and play.
There you go. There you go. Well, we're getting up on the election period, and that's when it gets really
Right.
I want to watch this. I want to watch
sure.
this. I like this channel, not channel. So we're trying to keep it neutral.
That's nice. That's probably a good plan. You guys have the schedule up also for the residence ID replacement.
Yes, we all have an ID card, and our resident card is we call them the keys to the kingdom. Everybody is supposed to carry their resident card with them and know their number. It gets you in gates if you don't have an RFID, which everybody should.
Yes.
We have resolutions that say everybody should have an RFID. Some people have opted out and go through the visitor line, but 90% of us have RFIDs, and that's what we need. But
for whatever reason, sometimes they get lost, misplaced.
right,
that
and
kind of thing.
there's no charge for new cards. There's no charge for renewals, for leases and mutual 50, if you have rentals, et cetera. The new ID cards for leases and subleases, et cetera, are included in the application fee. So now we get down to what are we charging for? We've had a problem with non-return of ID cards. Now, it might be a snowbird that goes away for 6 months and leases out their area. They get a card, they have a card. We've got 2 or 3 cards for that particular unit, and sometimes they let friends use them or something like that.
Probably not a great idea.
Or they just forget them, and they're in our system. So there is a $125 charge if you do not return your ID card when you leave the village. Now, if you have it lost or stolen, but it's unverified. So if you just come in and say, I lost my card.
Yeah, or somebody stole it, no police report.
Nothing, not even, to security, anything like that. There's still a $125 charge to give you a new one.
Right.
And that's because sometimes it shows up on somebody it shouldn't.
Right.
So, but if you have a replacement card for a verified lost or destroyed, then it's only $25.
Right. So it just keeps folks from gaming the system, or
That's the
makes
whole thing.
people more mindful.
It's just a shame that we have people who feel that they have to game the system, but they're always looking for a way out.
All right. So what's some of the new business we can talk about? The guys got a $1,000 donation over to the wood shop.
Yes, we did. Wood shop equipment, it's really nice. When people who use these craft amenities give us money to update equipment and things like that. So we have a whole policy of how we take it in, what we do, what there. So
Right.
We got some really nice equipment for the wood shop. We're looking at all of our charters for all of our committees.
Okay.
Not so much changing them. Some of them get changed. Media and communications got split because media moved over to general services. But most of them stay pretty much the same with just a few tweakings.
Yeah, but those are important to revisit every once in a while, see if they're still current,
Right,
those kinds of
and
things.
it's important that new directors on those committees have something that say, this is what I'm supposed to do. Because otherwise they go in thinking, oh, I can do this and this and
Right.
this. No, the charter says we do
Charter's
this.
this. Here's what we're poised to do here.
Yeah. And a big one, and we have a slide that shows the relocation of the billiards amenity.
Right. It's Clubhouse 1.
Yes, it's going to be in what used to be called the art room. Now, when Clubhouse 1 was built 60 years ago,
Right.
We didn't have Clubhouse 4. And we had the art room where they did painting and other arts and crafts and things like that. So it's been a multi-purpose room. And we've had billiards split in Clubhouse 1 and Clubhouse 3. And we thought, let's bring them all together. Let's give them a nice place.
Right.
It's got a little kitchen. It's got tables where they can wait when they are there.
Looks like a great layout.
And one snooker table, that's the dark one down there in the corner. So, and even a patio. So they're pleased. The billiards club is really pleased to put it all together.
And that's a great, for them, it's so many tables, they can have their tournaments and that kind of thing. It's all in you know, can have lots of folks coming in there. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're really pleased. And when Clubhouse 1 reopens, it will reopen with this nice new billiards room.
Terrific. And we're still looking at September for that?
We're still looking at September, absolutely.
I like the sound of that. And then you guys are going to put on the dog vaccination clinic again, right? And
we do this every couple of years. And this we have it coming for 2024.
25, I think. February.
We had it in 2024 in February already, and we're going to have it in 2025. So we had to approve so that they could go through. And this is a real benefit to our residents because they don't have to go find a vet.
Right.
There, it's much cheaper. It's all right on site. They can get their licensing and they can get their vaccinations that they need that are required by the state right here in the village.
Yeah, the city's required, the state's required, so it's one of those important things. And again, for a lot of residents, it's hard for them to get out and about sometimes, and this is a great service.
So we try to make it as convenient as possible,
Absolutely.
and that helps. So.
And so what are some of the things we have upcoming on the agenda that folks maybe could get involved in, come and talk to?
Absolutely, and we try to tell people not just what we did, but what we're going to do.
What's on the horizon.
What we're looking on, what's on the horizon. Because we love when people come to our meetings or Zoom us and participate. That's the whole point of open meetings and the Zoom is we want our residents to participate. So one that they are, for sure, is our Building E proposals. We've had 2 big open meetings with hundreds of residents who have come to listen and to express their views on it, and that's great. We love it. That's what we don't want to operate in a vacuum.
Right.
And we try to tell everybody GRF has the responsibility of doing this, but then we go to the corporate members, which is the boards of each of the mutuals, United, Third, and 50, to have it finalized. And sometimes that's when it gets political, because the boards vote in private, and they don't always represent what maybe their members want. So we tell members now, come to these open meetings, find out what it is, and let your representatives, your board, then vote for you the way you want them to. So we're really pleased with the way that's going up now.
And proximity cards, what's that?
Well, the proximity cards are your resident card, but just the last few years they've been updated. So they have a magnetic stripe on the back, which can be used to swipe to get into swimming pools and fitness center and those kinds of things. And it can be programmed. So if you have an RV, it can be programmed to let you into the RV lot. If you have a garden center plot, it can be programmed to let you into that, but it doesn't let everybody in. Just has to be programmed.
Access and
so those of us who've been here for a while, our cards don't do that. So we need to update it, and we're looking at how we want to work and getting that out. And then my Security and Community Access Committee is updating all of the traffic rules. They haven't been updated since 2020. They do not reflect that we don't do decals anymore, that we do have RFID. They don't put in things like electric bicycles. And anybody that's riding around the village these days knows we see a lot of electric bicycles.
And they're such great, but they also,
they need rules too.
They need rules too.
We're always looking to update things and put them where they should be.
And we got some other things going on. There's the city
Yes.
is updating their general plan,
Their
which is a
general plan.
long-term plan that
Right.
all cities have.
And we are a part of the city.
Right.
We are our own village, but we are we are the majority part of the city. And so when they update their general plan, some of it affects us and some of it doesn't. Now these 18 parcels that they're going to put to allow housing development is not affecting us. It is not any of our area. But what
Perfect.
does affect us is the zoning change. We have a couple of properties that are zoned for housing that we use for recreational purposes, case in point being Garden Center 1. And so they're going to rezone that to be recreational property.
All right, so if folks want to get their information about that, they can go to the meetings. They can also address their via email. I want to put that up on the screen. Juanita, we are running out of time. Sorry about that. But I want to thank you for coming in. Golden Rain Foundation's the first Vice President, Juanita Skillman. Thank you so much for joining
problem.
us.
Always happy to hear.
We come back, we're going to be thriving in the community. Stay with us. There's a group here in the village that's making sure you are living the good life. They are called Thrive, and I want to welcome Rose Marie De Lorenzo to our program.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you? Are you thriving?
I'm good. I'm thriving. I'm thriving, yes.
You guys just had a really fun event with the folks over at Mission. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, well, we had an event at Clubhouse 7, and it was regarding, our program had to do with nutrition, and it was very, very well received. And we always serve a food item, and this was it's supplied by Mission because Thrive has no budget. And we did a little charcuterie box, which was really, well received.
Oh, that's nice.
So there were over 120 people there, and they played a wonderful game. It's like a people bingo, and you have to go around. It's an icebreaker type of game, and you go around and try to find somebody who was an only child or whatever. So there's a great interaction, great exchange, and they did an evaluation of the event, and Memorial Co did, and they shared it with us yesterday, and it was very, very positive.
Terrific.
So we were very pleased, and the information that the nutritionist gave was really good. And not only do they do a presentation, and they are provided by Memorial Care, but they also stay there in case people, come up during the eating part and have any questions. So it's really well done.
Now, what do you think the biggest takeaways were in terms of the nutritional information? Are we doing it right, or are there lots of room to improve?
I think that people feel that there's a lot of room to improve. We shouldn't have this, we shouldn't have that. Actually, we were talking yesterday because we had a meeting. We meet once a month yesterday, and I asked if we could do a presentation at some time, and they're going to work on it, having to do with nutrition and various ailments. Because you could read on, and they'll say, if you eat broccoli, it does this,
Right.
or if you have, this was my thing, arthritis, don't eat tomatoes, and it's
really?
like, no, that's what it says. And how do you know that that's right? Because I'm Italian, and I couldn't imagine not eating tomatoes,
the sauces
so
and
it's like, so like with tomatoes and salad. So I thought, wow, that would really be hard. Well, I would, so there's so much information around, so we want to try to give the residents good information. And the opportunity to ask questions and make their life, this chapter of their life, make it healthier. And because if you're healthier, you're usually happier.
You're going to thrive a little bit.
You'll thrive better,
Now, Thrive isn't just about health issues. It's about overall well-being, right? Tell us a little bit about the mission in general for Thrive.
Well, the mission in general has to do with sharing. What we want to do is share the good times and the good events in the community. So we have a good team who writes things for the Globe, and so they try to share fun events, because one of the real things I believe that Thrive really goes for is loneliness,
right.
not to be alone. And I know some people, and they're in their late 80s or 90s, and even their doctors are passing away, and they feel like they're
There's a
alone.
sense of isolation, right?
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
Thrive is really about community,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
creating that community so you can thrive, so you have those connections, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I come from New York, so I didn't go away to college. You take the train to college, but sometimes living in this community, I almost feel like you're at a big college campus, because it's so close. 3 minutes to get to this friend's house, and
Right.
then you realize your other friend, because how it's set up, lives around the corner. So yeah, it's a sense of getting to know people, getting to do different things, and I think it's great. And the group is small because it's not a club. It's we talked about, should we become
Right,
a club?
right.
And we said no, we shouldn't. And so it's but we welcome new members, new people who want to join us. And to share ideas, share different talents, and we'll appear if when they had the club event, so we
Right.
sort of act like a club, but we're not a club.
What prompted you to join?
I believe that it was to just try to do good for the community. I've been in community governance, I would probably say, for 13 years.
Wow.
I was on the third board for 2 terms, president for 4 years, and I'm on VMS. This is my 2nd term. So it's wonderful to give back to the community, because this is a great community.
Right.
And it's it's almost, we're not supposed to talk about politics, but I almost feel like it's So it's just, there's so many different things, so many different talents, so many different backgrounds.
Right.
And it's amazing being a woman, knowing what it was like when I went to college, and when I'll meet someone who's in their late 80s or in their 80s, and they are lawyers. I mean, that must have, a woman who was a lawyer, that must
Right.
have been really,
Yeah, you have this community of talent
Yeah.
from all different walks of life, and you don't really realize. You think, oh, we're all just a bunch of retirees, but
Right.
you have this life experience that you can bring together.
absolutely incredible. So I think it's good to go to different organizations. If you are a sport type, there's so many different
Right.
things to do.
There's music, there's sports,
Right.
there's a little different something for
intellectual,
everyone.
yeah, so it's really good. So what Thrive really wants to do is try to help people to enjoy life, and enjoying life by getting to know others and to share.
Yeah, finding that community. There's something for everyone. The Jazz Lovers Club and the Pickleball Club. I mean, there's just an assortment of things. If you can't find something, you're not trying.
Right. I mean, one time, I don't know what we were doing, and I was looking at the list of clubs, and I couldn't imagine. It was almost unreal how many different kinds of dance clubs there are.
Right.
I mean, it's like, oh my God. So Thrive wants to keeps trying to grow, trying to add new things that, again, are going to help people to connect and to thrive in the village.
Well, speaking of that, you guys have another event coming up on July 15th, and this one's going to be about health in general? Or?
Well, we're still working on the topic. There were a few things that were coming up, so it'll be interesting.
You partnered with Memorial Care again?
With Memorial Care.
Okay.
And it will be on July 15th. That's a Monday, which is different for us. It's at 2 o'clock. And it'll be again in Clubhouse 7. But we're going to do a good job. I think we found the right way to communicate. We have a good email list, so we can send that out, and we get information in the Globe. We again try to promote it through this wonderful TV channel.
Here we are.
Here you are. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and so when you put these together, when you work with Memorial Care, what are some of the things you guys, do you bring topics to the table, or do they bring topics? Is it a kind of a committee that works those out?
Well, we'll sit there and talk about things, and then they'll say, well, how about, and then the biggest thing for them is to make sure that they have someone available to come and address the group. So in that way, we could have an idea and they could say, I don't know how that idea works, or let me check to see if someone who is available, who can handle that is available. So I think that's what we have going on right now.
Okay.
We're trying to find the right person.
And the last thing I want to talk about is your theme for this year. You guys come up with a theme every year, but you have a good one this year. I like it already.
Our theme for this year is engaging change.
Right.
And we sit there and we never stop talking about what are some things that would be important. And it's again, this community is so incredible. I mean, I belong to the book club at the library, and the library has 3 wonderful book clubs. And I keep telling them, promote them more, because my degrees are in marketing, so my background was in marketing, and then so I'm a promoter. But they have such wonderful things. So it is really important to find something maybe different, because they say it's a great thing for our mind.
Yeah, to challenge it, have some change, something different. If you're a numbers person, get some music going or things like that, right?
Right. I mean, since I lived here, I learned how to play bridge in our wonderful Clubhouse 7, and it's a great bridge club. And so they say learning new things is very good for your brain. So I have 2 things. Well, I tried to learn Italian. I'm not as committed as I could be. I could have been committed, but I bought myself a piano when I was 50, and I'm still waiting to learn how to play it. But I keep it tuned.
It's getting there.
I keep it tuned. It is tuned.
Well, there's going to be more change, more things to learn at your July 15th event. We'll have you guys back on when we have more details about that. Rosemary De Lorenzo, Rosemary De Lorenzo, thank you very much for joining us.
And thank you very much for the time. It was lovely.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
The King Living mid-year sale is on now. 5 decades of Australian furniture design, crafted for a lifetime of comfort. So why buy ordinary furniture when you can come home to King? Sale on now.
Before we go, we're going to take a quick check of our weather, and we got some great temperatures, very spring-like out there. 70, we're going to warm up a little bit, 72 through the weekend. It's going to be great. We got the morning fog. We got the afternoons partly sunny and mostly sunny skies coming up. Then Monday, we get a little cloudy, but don't worry about that. Have a great weekend. That's what I say. All right, tomorrow on the program, we got a doctor in from Hogue telling us some good medical tips, and Sports Corner with Cole Young, so stay tuned for that. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.